144 X-ray in the Bedford Plan, 195 up traffic, clear for takeoff.
Hey, welcome to the Pilot's Log. Today's episode is called Angel Flight. Angel Flight is a national organization with volunteer pilots whose mission is to transport people in times of distress, either for illness or national disaster. For example, Angel Flight pilots flew many hundreds of hours during the Katrina disaster, in addition to flying many humanitarian flights. Today we are flying a mission with Richard Canastra, a local businessman who flies many trips from the Cape and Islands to areas as far away as Pennsylvania and the Carolinas. Today's flight will take us to Boston's Logan Airport to pick up a patient who has received treatment at a Boston hospital and needs to return home to Western Massachusetts.
Flight A, when you get up tower, runway 14, turn left 350, cliff takeoff.
We are now rolling on runway 14 at New Bedford, and we will be turning left for Boston. Our flight path will take us over Taunton, Brockton, Quincy, and straight into Logan. The weather is clear, and we should have a good view of Boston's skyline. Now we're passing over New Bedford's downtown area. In the distance you can see the Acushnet River. You can just about make out the dike. And further out you can see West Island. And now we're passing over the Acushnet River. And ahead of us you see the quarry in Acushnet, which is the P.J. Keating quarry. It used to be Tilcon Warren Brothers over many years ago, but it is a very deep hole. And as you see Richie in his right hand, he has three controls in the quadrant. He has his throttle to his left, he has the blue knob which is his propeller, and the right is the fuel mixture. And in Acushnet, we see the LNG tanks off of Peckham Road. Tell us a little bit about your airplane.
My airplane is a 1981 PA-32 Piper Saratoga, in which I bought about 6 years ago. And she cruises about 150 knots and she carries 6 passengers.
And what size engine do you have in it, Rich?
It's a Lycoming 300 horsepower engine.
And up ahead we see Long Pond, Assawamsett Pond, and the New Bedford water supply is the Great Whitaker's Pond. So Rich, what's our altitude right now?
Right now we're at 3,000.
And right below us is Bridgewater State Prison. And out in the distance on the horizon, you can see Duxbury and Plymouth and Cape Cod Bay. It seems like we're going pretty fast here.
Yeah, Mike, we're going 150 knots. Our ETA into Boston's 12 minutes.
So Rich, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Angel Flight organization?
Well, Angel Flight Northeast been together about 10 years, and it's been put together by Larry Camlin. And I've been flying for them for about 4 years now, and within those 4 years I did about 450 missions so far. And what we do is we fly local people to off islands, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, into Boston, and again I go as far as Pennsylvania and the Carolinas. Hey Mike, what do you think of the Boston skyline out the left window here? Yeah, I wonder if the Red Sox are playing this afternoon.
We're coming up on downtown Boston straight ahead, and in the background you see the Charles River. Something you don't see every day. We see Continental Airlines Airbus will be landing on runway 4 right, while we're on a parallel runway 4 left, going in for a landing at the same time. So Rich, I noticed we're on a higher flight path than the Airbus down to our right. Can you tell us why we're doing that?
Well, as you can see, that the Airbus, it has wake turbulence, and wake turbulence is the same as a vessel in the water where it has big waves. This is big air pockets that roll down off the wings, and you don't want to get hit by them in a smaller aircraft because it can turn you right around. So I stay higher above his wake turbulence, and I will land longer than what the Airbus had landed on 4 right.
We have just touched down on runway 4 left. Logan is one of the busiest airports in the world. Ground controllers will now direct us to our destination on the field. Smaller aircraft, like what we are flying in today, will be directed to general aviation parking. Great variety of aircraft types use Logan Airport. The controllers maintain safety by keeping a close watch on all aircraft movements. We have now arrived at the General Aviation Terminal. Our pilot, Rich, will meet the patient and complete the required paperwork. Because of patient privacy, we will not be showing this portion of our mission. We are now back in the aircraft. Our passenger is comfortable and we are ready to taxi. Our pilot, Rich, is programming his route, which will take us to Northampton, which is in the western part of the state. We have now lifted off from runway 4 left, and in the distance is Beverly and Gloucester. And at the bottom of the screen, you can catch a glimpse of Suffolk Downs Racetrack as we turn westbound. As we roll out of the turn, the Boston skyline comes into view. While Rich sets his flight